Hello and welcome to the show. I'm on Forza Horizon 2. Oh, no, don't hit me. Ugh. Okay, could you be careful with your racing over there, driver task? On Horizon 2 with one of the new cars from the latest DLC pack. I've got the Lamborghini Jalpa. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. If it isn't, that's what I'm calling it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to give this car a silly build, as it can have a very big engine in it, which should be quite fun for this. Oh, the headlights came up briefly. I'm not sure why. Okay, we got to go to garage.
Hey,
Now,
how's it going?
I tend to quite like
What can I do to help
Lamborghinis.
ya?
I am a fan of Lamborghini craziness with a lot of their cars. I will be honest, this is not the most exciting of Lamborghinis that I have ever seen. It is not the prettiest or the most striking or the most impressive. It's also one that I've very rarely seen in any games. I think it's in Driver San Francisco. That's the only other one I think I've ever seen this car in. And apparently not the most popular of Lamborghinis. I don't know how well it is going to do. I think we're going to have a look at the tyres. The actual tyre width that it will let me have will probably be the determining factor into what I expect from it. Wing is a little bit silly on this car. I was half expecting to have the little air dam thing at the back. Not the craziest of wings though that we have seen on a car ever. Right, tyres, we're going to want racing tyres, of course. It is what sort of tyre width? So the front, that's okay for the front. It's the rear tyres. Are we going to have enough? Ooh, that's a little bit concerning. It's not the worst. Jeez, I'm just looking at the PI. That's also quite concerning. Are we going to end up at too high a PI? That is quite possible. Oopsie, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, that is a slight concern. Please don't end up at... I wasn't expecting this car to be particularly particularly high when it came to the PI front. It starts off at C-Class. It's not particularly light either. So certainly it's not particularly light standard. Okay. Slight concern with this car. Hopefully it'll all... Oh, can we... There we go, we can get through here. We will get some racing suspension. I think this car could be okay. I don't think it's going to be the best car I've had, but I also don't think it's going to be the worst. It is going to be very powerful. I think it'll be fairly fast when it comes to the run down the motorway. It's certainly not going to be the easiest of cars to drive. We don't quite have the big enough tyres, really, on this vehicle, but I do think we will have some decent grip. I'm hoping anyway. I mean, it's a Lamborghini after all. Weight reduction. We're still on the heavy side. Well, a little bit on the heavy side. For a city car build, it's kind of heavy, which may come in handy. Again, just a little bit extra weight should stop it from being too twitchy. I'm not just worrying about the PI. Come on, please stay in S2 class so we can actually use you. Now, this engine that I have in this car is the most powerful engine that you can engine swap into vehicles. I think the Venom, the Veyron, the Koenigsegg, I think all have more powerful engines in the end, but this is the most powerful one that can regularly be swapped into vehicles. So, whoopsie, come on there we go. It's a damn powerful car that we're gonna be driving here. It is not quite in a chassis design, certainly not designed for 1,100 horsepower, but it is still a Lamborghini, so I'm hoping it might be okay. Alright, we are still within the PI, which is always nice. And we are done with the Lamborghini. It's got a lot of power. It weighs a fair amount, and the tyres are not quite as big as I would like. So who knows? Who knows what could happen with this car? Maybe it'll have strange characteristics like that Audi estate car. Maybe it'll be very, very good. I don't know what the gearbox is going to do. What is it with these pop-up headlights? Whenever we go between menus, they like to... Is it... Oh no, it's not even gone to night out here to confuse it. I don't know then. Okay, we will go to my testing track, the Sisteron Citadel circuit, where I have got 6 laps to try and beat a time set by a Noble M600. The Noble, a completely standard, unmodified, untuned Noble, did a 56.414 second lap time, which I am now going to try and beat. I think the Lamborghini could do it. If the Mustang could do it last time out, I think the Lamborghini will. I think the Lamborghini will be quick enough. I don't think it'll be the fastest car we've had around here that was in the 54s. In fact, I think it's still the Urus is the fastest car. But I think it will be pretty damn quick. Oh, I think it could be anyway. Who knows? Now I've said that I think this car might be quite good. It will probably just sit and spin its wheels through all of the gears. Okay, off the line. We do get quite a bit of God damn it, roll cage coming across there. Yeah, just take off all the visibility. It's as bad as the old V8 supercars. The old Ford well, to be fair, that had the roll cage going across the window sort of diagonally, which is a strange place to have a roll cage. Okay, opening lap. We do not have a huge amount of rear grip. That is to kind of be expected. I mean, we are also on slightly cold tyres. We're pretty quick. I will give it that. It's pretty quick. It seems to have some quite nice brakes. Can we be... Yeah, it's not terrible. Not terrible so far. How are we through the hairpin? And putting a little bit of understeer. Tried to carry a little bit too much speed. Yeah, considering the tyres are not the biggest, it's actually got pretty good drive. Out the other side. Oh, where are we? Come on, car. What was that? It just gave up steering. Okay. Well, that's an unusual one. Right, up the other side. It's looking pretty good for the Lamborghini, actually. On the on just that single lap. Okay, we'll fly through that first section. We do lack just a small bit of rear grip. It's not as bad as the Mustang that just spins out if you hit any of the scenery. I don't know what it was with that Mustang. If you hit one of the signs or anything, the Mustang got really unhappy. This is okay. The bumps also don't seem to be too bad in the Lamborghini. Ooh, we've got to be a little bit careful chucking it into that corner. It's not quite the quickest car we've had accelerating, but it's not bad. So we can get it out of this corner here quite nicely. Almost. It's a bit of wheel spin considering the amount of power, and we do not have the biggest tyres on this car. It does pretty well. I don't know why we can't get around that corner. I guess it's not quite as banked as the other one, so it doesn't kind of get sucked around. Whoa, that's out of shape. Whoopsie, that's a little bit out of control through there. Okay, you have to be careful of that bump. I mean, it's all right in this opening section. The Mustang didn't like the bump through here and then really hated all of these signs and stuff. The Lamborghini is okay with that. It does seem perhaps a little darty. That's perhaps a good way of putting it. Just yeah, it's a little bit odd. It feels like it's a very light car, which it isn't a particularly light car. It does change direction quite quickly. A sort of initial direction change is quite quick, which is not quite what I expected perhaps from this. Maybe some of the sort of the super light vehicles that we've had here. So we get around this first hairpin and it's absolutely lovely. And then for some reason it's like it's a different car through this next one. It doesn't look too much differently banked. Oh dear, I got that a bit... There's a bit better light through there. I got it a bit wrong on the sideways front. So avoid that inside bit. There we go. That was neater through there. And we're not sideways. Oh, we have Gee, we carried so much speed. I don't think I've outbraked myself in that first quarter before. Never had so much speed. It's pretty quick. It is pretty rapid. If you can hold it together. What are we looking at? Okay, I haven't done a particularly clean lap yet, so not really fair lap time comparison. Sorry. Okay, up the hill again. I mean, it's trying to go sideways up the hill, as is pretty much everything. We're doing 140 into this corner, and we are getting it stopped, which is pretty impressive, I have to say, for the old Lamborghini. Right, slow it down for this one, get it turned in, and then try and fire it out. Oh no, that's got tried to fire it out the corner a little bit too eagerly, and no, that didn't quite work. Oh no, that broke ourselves. Just my bad on that. Why we stopped turning? What is it about that corner? That's confusing. I mean, that was 30 miles an hour, and we just completely and utterly ran out of steering. That's very odd. That's very odd indeed. Maybe it's sort of a bumpy course, or slightly cambered funny. Ooh, that bump there is horrible. I'll take it. Stop putting up all the signs. I'm only going to knock them over again. Got a little bit out of shape. I don't know what it is. That's the couple of places where if you get things just a little tiny bit wrong, you end up really out of position, and then the car just refuses to go back on the road. Okay, so we're lovely. Well, I say we're lovely. We're okay through there. It actually does remarkably well with that much power. You see, that hairpin there, I was too deep into that hairpin, but at 41 miles an hour, we came out the other side absolutely fine. This one, for some reason, it just doesn't like it. If we get it, woohoo, if we get it nice through there, we get a big kick of oversteer. It must be a slightly weird road surface there. That's the only thing I can think that, I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that makes any sense. I mean, if I'm out of shape in other corners, we're not too bad on the earlier hairpin. It's a similar sort of camber of corner, etc. I'm not sure. I'm going to make sure I turn into this corner, breaking up and turn into this one, so I don't end up out wide again. Ooh, a little bit wide on the exit, that's okay. This does really well at delivering the power. I'm not fighting this car too much, despite the fact it has fairly skinny tyres by silly car build standards, and it has an awful lot of power. It does really very well. I'm impressed with the Lamborghini. See, I was a bit too deep into that corner, but we get out the other side and we're absolutely fine. But if I do that in this corner, I have a real problem. So we'll be neat into this corner. There we go. See, that time we're much better through there. You have to be absolutely spot on that second hairpin, and I don't know why. Well, this is going to be the best lap I do with the Lamborghini, as it is across the line with a 55.3. We go quicker than the Noble. It's about the same time as the Mustang, in fact. It's a nice car to drive, actually. I'm quite impressed with the Lamborghini. It deals with the power far better than I thought it would. It doesn't have to have the silly long gear ratios of the Mustang. It doesn't have particularly big. It has fairly sizable rear tyres, but certainly not the biggest we've seen. And with so much power, it does do a very good job of putting that power down to the road. And it's shown by a pretty decent lap time. One hairpin it goes very strange on, and I don't know what it is. Let me have a look. Is there any particular bumps? I've not noticed that with another car before. I've never had a car quite so unhappy. Well, this is really weird driving this route backwards now. Found the ghost car. Is it bumpy out here? Maybe? It doesn't look particularly. I guess there's some, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. It's a bit odd. Never had a car get quite so unhappy with one particular corner. Okay. Still not a bad time from the Lamborghini, and now it is time to see how quickly it'll go when we run it down the motorway. I'm expecting maybe 230, 240 miles an hour out of this car. It's got a lot of power, which is always. I mean, the Mustang was quite a disappointment last time out. In all honesty, when it came to the top speed, I'm thinking this will probably be a bit better. I think it's a better aerodynamical shape than the Mustang. It doesn't have such a silly gearbox either, which is always quite useful. So yeah, I would expect to see sort of 240 miles an hour. I actually think this might be quite nice to drive on the speed run. Maybe not as good as the BMW M1. That was really lovely. But I think it will be. I think it'll be pretty easy. I mean, I had no problems at the low speed. I mean, that course that we drive around is. You don't go above 140. It's all low speed. It's all traction out of the hairpins and so on. So okay, you don't really get to test the cars on the high speed stuff until we go here. Sorry. But I think this is. I mean, if this is good at the low speed stuff, if it can put the power down out of the corners, I think it has decent overall grip. I think it has surprisingly decent overall grip. So I would expect to see this not be too bad for ducking and diving in and out of traffic. I mean, okay, you can always get caught out by the AI doing something a little bit crazy. But oh god, there's been a crash. There's been an well done. What is that? Is that a Celica? Oh, it's causing chaos. I had nothing to do with it. I'm not doing anything. We've found a new junction of doom. There's the Veneno is joining in. Is there a Yaris in that lot? That would explain it all. No, there isn't a Yaris over there. Careful now. What is the Veneno doing? Oh, the 458 is causing chaos as well. I'm just going to stay here and watch everything crash, I think. Well done. A seed has made a roadblock. Oh, the Veneno is bullying an Audi. No! You stupid Lamborghini. Yaris! Yaris, come here. Come here, Yaris. Wait, we must finish off this junction of doom. Woo! Audi nearly finished me off. Come here. There we go. We got the Yaris sorted. Right, speed run. Sorry. Oh, well, I'll get distracted again. We need to take all the aero off the car. That'll be a start. Aero. Here we go. So what does it work? Oh wait, I'm changing stuff. It won't simulate it faster than I'm changing it. Okay, there we go. What does it reckon? Top speed will be a 225. Let's make the gears longer then. See what we can get out of it. 263 would be nice. I doubt we're going to get up to that. 255, that's pretty damn impressive. That's quicker than I thought it would go. Okay, can we get up towards the 260 mile an hour mark? Surely not. We're going to just be touching 260 miles an hour when we go down the hill. 254, that's too much. So if we hold it about there, what was it, 250... 56.2. We can perhaps get a couple of miles an hour going downhill. I don't think we're going to get 260 out of it, though. I'll give it a go, though. We will. I will do my best to try and get 260 miles an hour out of this car. Audi is still stuck there. Right. Okay, then, Lamborghini. Now time to show us what you've got. We're going to go flying past the Veneno. Yes, we are. Ooh, okay. A little bit lighter on the rim. Now I've taken off that aero. It does feel a little bit like, it does feel quite, yeah, it does feel very darty, which is not what I was expecting from a relatively heavy, by city car build standards, Lamborghini. How we grip through this first corner? Ooh, took that a little bit too fast. Okay. We have decent grip. The good news by that slight bump on the wall is the back end isn't going to just randomly let go, which is quite comforting to know, as yeah, we didn't suddenly go into that corner sideways. We've got really good grip. Really good grip in this Lamborghini. We're up to 220, almost 230 miles an hour there. This is a quick car. That is pretty damn fast at that stage. Okay, we'll just back it off a little bit. Again, look at that. 215 miles an hour through there. Over the bumps, we're okay. Running a little bit wide. This might be the biggest surprise I think I've had with a car. This is absolutely lovely. It's almost as good as the M1. I don't think it's quite got the grip of the M1. Okay, we've got a bit of understeer. I tried to take that corner too fast. A little bit carried away. My bad on that one. This is remarkably good. It really is. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch mid-corner. But otherwise, we have decent grip. Ooh, okay. Big sideways moment over the bump. Can I get it under control? Well, with the assistance of a Mercedes, I can. Okay. We'll be careful of those big bumps when you hit them at such high speeds. I think you'd have to be careful in any car you drove down here. I imagine a Venom or a maybe a Veyron, not so much. We'll probably be understeering in a Veyron anyway. Yeah, those bumps are pretty nasty. And now we've got to be nice and smooth as we start coming to the downhill section. There is a bump somewhere around here that we don't want to hit particularly hard. Can't remember where it is. Oh, I think it's coming up about now. If I stay over this side, we should be alright. There we go. Provided we take the jump straight, we're okay. Alright, we are up to the 245 mile an hour. We've gone to 45 now. Can we get the 260? I don't think we can. We'd probably have to be slipstreaming something if we were. 250 miles an hour in a Lamborghini Jalpa. Now, I don't think they were ever intended to go quite this quickly. Dodging some more traffic. I think we may have just about run out of speed, even with downhill, maybe slightly long on the gears. 255, it just flicked over to 250 miles an hour, and we can almost hold that corner. The great thing is that was, the back end would not give up. That was all. That was understeer. We ran out of grip at the front, but the back end remained firmly planted on the road at 250. This has got some serious rear end grip. I'm really surprised. But it hasn't got that big of tyres, and yet it still holds onto the road, even when I've dumped all the aero off and everything. This is a really good car. The Lamborghini Jalpa is a really very good car. Even when you put this much power in it, it's still, I guess it must have a really very good chassis, because that holds onto the road remarkably well. Well, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.